Welcome to the Contact Center Cactus Chat podcast. I'm your host, Eric Mulvin, coming to you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona.
And I'm your co-host, Jay Kayang from Dumaguete City, Philippines.
I'm a serial entrepreneur. Started my first business 10 years ago, and 6 LLCs later, I started PacBiz Contact Center Outsourcing in 2015. Today, we have over 200 employees and growing.
And I'm the operations manager here in PacBiz, and I've been working with Eric since 2014, and I grew as the company grew.
So whether you're looking to outsource for the first time, whether you manage a contact center, or you're just looking to improve your customer experience, we'll be covering topics for you.
So business managers, operations managers, business owners, this is for you, so make sure to subscribe.
Welcome back. It's episode 6, and today we are continuing the topic of work from home. Last episode, we talked about what are the current status in the Philippines for contact centers for work from home and what is happening there. And now today we're talking about the future of work from home. What are we seeing? Let's look into the crystal ball and see into the future and see what does work from home look like.
I think there's so many things that we can go to in terms to innovating, doing stuff like to adapt what's happening for the working from home and other things. So in this, I would like to ask you, what does the future look like for working from home for the contact center outsourcers?
I'm seeing a lot of different things that are, it's interesting because we all had to, 2.5 years ago, all had to go work from home. At least in the Philippines, there was all these restrictions here. And a lot of them were similar in the UK, the US, Canada, and workplaces. And a lot of people didn't start coming back until last year, or maybe even this year. In the Philippines, it was more this year. And so now that people are starting to come back, some of the things that I'm seeing that we're going to have is, people like work from home. And so instead of bringing them back full time, having them work 20 days a month in the office, I think it's going to be more of like you come in with your team 1, 2, 3 days a month, and you hang out with your team. You get to, so that you could meet, talk about what's going on with the account, catch up with each other, keep that connection, that human connection. But the rest of the time that you're still work from home, so you could still keep taking calls in your pajamas. And some of the other things that I'm seeing is, with workstations. Before, you had your own workstation set up before COVID. You could decorate it. You might have another person you share with to share some decorations, but that was your station. And now we have all these empty stations because everyone's working from home. So these hot desk workstations, or where you could just plug in for the day anywhere in the office, and not only just in the office, but I really feel like the break room is going to be changing. It's going to be bigger because we want to make it more inviting. Yeah. So ping pong tables and different games. I don't know, what do you see?
I can imagine that from the beginning we were 100% working from home with the agents, and others are really hyped, and they're really excited about it. And there's this small percent of people that don't really want to work from home, and we also consider these people. And right now we're on 20%, 80% working in the office, 20%. 80% working at home and 20% working in the office. So we give way to those people who would want to work in the office. And in addition, some people who really loves working from home in the beginning, who started to feel like they want to work from in the office for a little bit. So that's why we are adopting the hybrid office. Like people who wants to work in the office, there will be office available, and if they want to work from home, they still have their workstations at home. So that makes it more, we always think about the employees. So this is for them, and at the same time, it's giving benefit to the company and other when you have happy employees, everything will be okay.
Exactly. You're able to provide an amazing experience because they're happy. They know that they're taken care of, and they don't want to give that up. because maybe the options out there are having to work out of the office because some of the other employers are not doing work from home anymore, and they're having their people come back. And now with hybrid becoming more common, how does that work with training? Because if we're having people come into the office and a couple days a week, how are you seeing any impacts on training?
Yeah, for the training, as of now, we're pretty limited. We would want them to be trained here in the office to give full support, and after a certain time, we would allow them to work at home if they want to. But if they don't, they can still also work here in the office. And I think it's better that way. In the availability of working from home is still there, and normally we work in the office, but there are still people who would prefer to have. They have their own preference to work in the office or at home. So to ask you, how does a contact center continue to maintain its culture when staff are not in the office at all time?
Yeah, well, you just covered a little bit about training, and that's a big part of it. Is when they're new here at the company, we want to set the standard, at least here, that we have an amazing culture, and that only works if those employees are engaged, if they're active, and so the opportunities are a lot less. If they used to be there coming to the office 20 times a month or more, there's a lot of opportunities to build that culture. Now those opportunities are a lot more limited, just a couple times. And so we're also looking at more activities to get them to hang out. Maybe not come to the office, but some of the stuff that I've seen happen recently, beach cleanups, and people are interested in helping protect the environment. They all get together and do a beach cleanup. Bike rides. People are interested in who like biking or maybe for staying fit, or jogging, all kinds of activities, not just active stuff, just getting people together that have common interests. Because if you get plugged in with different groups of people like that at the company, you're able to support each other, and you're able to
create a bond.
Exactly.
With other people, and that's something really important with every company. Like you can't work alone. Like you need somebody to help, or there's always a partner that you should be with in the office. Like everybody has that, like someone that you want to see sometimes, or someone that you want to talk to, and not just spending all your time just working from home, being alone. Of course, your family is there, but there are certain times that you would look for this to be normal, like working in the office.
Yeah, and so what about software? Because we're seeing a lot of changes happen, with how people are coming to work, with how we're structuring things. What about the software? What are you seeing as far as like what's coming out to help support work from home for contact centers?
Others in the beginning, when we were 100%, they already started doing this maximizing the available softwares, like doing the conference call, and while they're working at home, they get to talk to the people who used to be sitting beside them through conference call. And I think there's so much more that these developers can do, to support working from home, and monitoring the people who are working from home to make it more effective, and all of these things. And also with the payroll, I know they're also adopting. They have this thing where we can log in from home. We can also log in the office. And one other thing that I see, which is very good, is that some people are maximizing their work in the office. Like if they are out of time going home, they're using the office as a second option.
Yeah, that's great. Well, thank you for sharing all that. It's really interesting to see where things are headed with work from home, and I know we're trying to be here at PacBiz on the cutting edge of the ideas and the investments back into the office to make it a great place to work, and where they can still work from home and still be connected. So thank you guys for listening, and so that's episode 6. Catch us next week for episode 7. And thank you guys. Make sure to subscribe.